Hey, lovelies. It's been a long week, huh? Yeah. I'm like really bad at calling it. The weekends always just, especially in the pandemic, feel like new opportunities to be like finding new things to feel guilty about. Shouldn't I be reading? Shouldn't I be, gosh, I could live a life called, shouldn't I be, um, it's hard to call it. Like, it's hard to just be like, my friend and I always talk about don't waste the wasted time. Like, when you know you're exhausted, how do you just like call it? How do you know, how do you embody the kind of the finitude that's inherent in who we are? I'm like, I'm just, if you have figured out that skill, please bottle it and send it to me. I just don't have it. And so I always kind of marvel at people who are great at boundaries. And not even just boundaries, just being able to just understand where the edges of things are. Like at the end of my interview with Anne Lamott, she said, I really need to get a snack. And I thought like, oh my gosh, what a great, what a great idea. Just imagining like, hey, I'm living in a human body. What's that like? I was reading the story the other day about John the Apostle, and my dad's a historian, so we like not just like the biblical story, but like the stories about the stories. And the story goes, right, so John the Apostle is exiled, and he's living under the reign of an evil emperor. I think it's Domitian. Not great on my Roman emperors. And anyway, he just like imagines he's going to die a million times and then doesn't, and lives on. And as he lives on, he's kind of shocked to figure out that like, man, he just gets more and more opportunities to kind of winnow down the message of what Christianity is. And he founds churches and sends out missionaries and so on and so on. But like by the end, and so says Saint Jerome, who lived in the 4th century, said that the story went that the Apostle John, even when he had to be like carried in to church to preach at the end of his life, he could say less and less and less. And the story, the words he kept repeating were, little children, love one another. Like the older he got, the more he could just like, yeah, barely eke out a few words. It was just love one another. And sometimes when I don't know how to call it, I don't know what constitutes enough, I don't know how to like just focus on the basic things, because at some point we can't say everything. We just have to focus on the most important things. And I love that even the Apostle John, or maybe the Apostle John most of all, just got down to like, just love one another. So this weekend, maybe instead of just thinking about all the things I should do, could do, won't do, laundry, I can just try to call it for a second. And if there's anything I have to do, it's probably just to love one another. So I'll give that a try. I will fail, but I will at least be honest about it. Bless you. Bless you in your attempts to do and be less right now, and that we can just love one another. Have a beautiful, terrible day.